Much better. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. You probably noticed different camera angle, different sort of setup, same microphone as usual. However, you're actually like looking at me through my camera on an arm, on a desk mount, next to my computer, and my camera is actually plugged into my computer right now, so everything's being saved to my computer as opposed to on an SD card, which I then have to transfer to a computer, but that's beside the point. New setup, new look, much more efficiency when it comes to filming and editing videos. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Am I going to buy the S22? It's my S21 right now. Am I going to buy the S22 in 2022 this year? Or am I not going to buy it and hold off till a newer generation of Galaxy phones that come out like in a year or two from now? The answer is the latter, and I have four main reasons for why that is. And you should also take into account these facts or factoids I'm about to list when making your decision. Obviously, it's available for pre-order right now. There are pre-order bonuses. There are trade-in bonuses I've talked about before. Samsung is usually the best one when it comes to pre-order bonuses and trade-in values. Obviously, I could just trade in this S21, get around like $400 off the $799 price. So I'd be getting basically the phone for half off. However, to me, there's not enough there to justify swapping this phone out with the new one. So reason number one, smaller battery. This has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. The new one has a 3,700 milliamp hour battery. So obviously, smaller battery equals less time able to use the phone. There are a couple things you have to take into account with that. The first thing being the efficiency of the overall chip. So the CPU, how efficient it is at conserving battery life. iPhones have been known to do this really well in the past. And it could be the same thing for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip compared to the 888 chip from last year. Second thing is LTPO displays. This one is going to have that. Well, they don't claim it, but like it does at the same time. Variable refresh rate, so it can go up to 120 hertz, but also drop below 60 hertz. And I think it can go as low as 10 hertz. I'm not 100% sure on that, but like when it goes below 60 hertz, it's going to be conserving a lot of battery life because it's not going to be refreshing at all. It's basically going to be like a still image on screen, which drastically can improve your overall battery life. So we'll have to see with further testing in the future, but right now, in my eyes, I don't think that's going to like counteract the overall like downgrade in battery. I don't think it's going to be a massive improvement over the S21. If anything, I think it's going to be the exact same, which is another reason why to not upgrade. Number two is a smaller display. It dropped by 0.1 inches. This one was 6.2 inches. I really like the size of this. I think 6.2 is like the best. And they dropped it to 6.1 and shrinking the bezels at the same time. So the overall phone is more compact, which can be a benefit. But at the same time, it's like I like a bigger display, and this is slightly bigger. It's like a tiny nitpick, but like I don't want a shrinking display over time. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you want every single like fraction of a inch of a display as you can, and it's better for watching media and different sorts of content on the internet. Number three is marginal CPU improvements. There have been several like Geekbench scores out there, and people have been doing like hands-on videos looking at these like Geekbench scores and comparing them to the 888, and overall they haven't really seen much of a performance boost compared to the S21 from last year, because this chip was already amazing in and of itself. We're getting into iPhone issue territory where every single chip is great and every improvement on paper is like amazing, GPU, CPU performance like that. But then like the actual real world use, you don't really see any difference. So is it worth upgrading? Maybe it's more future proof when softwares get a little more complicated, a little more complex. But like as of now, no. I mean, the CPU on the S21 is still great. I still love this Snapdragon 888. I've had very little hiccups with this phone ever since I got it, since its inception of last year. And I love this thing. And then the last one on this list is similar design. I mean, like, if you look at the design of this phone right here, if we can get a close-up on that and block my face. If we look at this design, it's like the same exact thing as the S21 with a slightly different glass back compared to this plastic one. But as you know, I do like the plastic backs more than the glass because it will not shatter, and there's also wireless charging in here. But like the design is like almost identical for the most part. So is it worth upgrading for the same exact design? It's kind of like the S series of the iPhones. You're not really getting a different design. The only different design is the Note I almost said Note 22 Ultra. It is a Note 22 Ultra. The S22 Ultra, which looks like a new Note, that is a major upgrade compared to last year's S21 Ultra, although that phone is really good of itself. And that was like the best Samsung phone they've ever made. So we'll see if the S22 Ultra is as good, if not better. But yeah, overall design is like exactly the same. So you're not getting any real hardware differences other than the slightly shrunken bezels and overall compact design. But to me, is that enough worth upgrading? No, it is not. Whoops. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Those are going to be my top 4 reasons of why I'm not upgrading to the S22. If I were to get one, it'd obviously be the smaller version just because I don't want a giant like tablet in my pocket. One thing if this is going to shock a lot of you, is I'm probably going to pick up an iPhone 13 standard model. So as you know, I already reviewed the Pro in the past, but I'm interested, and I'm going to be doing a challenge series on using an iPhone as an Android user in 2022 and give my honest impressions, because we all know I dislike Apple. I dislike iOS. I don't dislike iOS, but like I dislike how Apple controls their operating system and doesn't allow for customization, which is why I'm an Android user. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to give my honest feedback, because I truly believe if you want to make an argument for why Apple's better or why Android's better, you need to have used both devices. So I'll use Apple's most up-to-date device. I don't want to pay a ton of money, so I'm not getting the 13 Pro Max and spending like $1,100. I'll get the standard 13, which comes with the A15 Bionic chip. And I'm really going to see, like, is it better than my S21, which is sort of the latest flagship, because the S22 is coming out. It'll no longer be, it'll be a little obsolete, but it'll be a similar comparison. I want to see which one is better in day-to-day use. And I'm already feeling like it's going to be a very similar experience between the two, which is my theory about how iOS and Android is like blending recently with the same software features. Hardware is getting very similar, and eventually, is there going to be a big difference between getting Android versus Apple? Probably not in the next like 5-10 years. So we'll have to see. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, smash that like button, subscribe. If you enjoyed this new filming setup on my computer, also leave a like and help me with the YouTube algorithm. Help me reach 1,000 subscribers and reach my goals. And you can follow my podcast at Unwrapping Success. Links in the description. And follow me on TikTok if you're interested in that at Easy Reviews. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, everyone.